Let's call our May 2nd work session to order. Yes, he will not be here tonight. Stacy has done the roll. So we'll move right into item number 2, public comment.
No comment.
No comment? Just listening? All right, well, thank you for comment.
Yes,
All right.
thank you for coming.
Yes.
This is our shining moment.
That's right. So, either in board docs on hard copy, you've had the budget in your possession. Nothing has changed on our end. Any questions? And then also, obviously, Joe, we can go through it if you have any questions about anything, but it's pretty much, it is exactly the same that we presented.
I know that our 5-year plan had us dropping down to 5,000 this year.
Yes, sir.
Is it that much of a problem instead of 5, we use 6? So it's not a 3,000 gallon jump down, it's a 2,000 gallon jump down comparable to what we did last time.
Yeah, that's doable, you're just not gonna achieve your goal.
I know it pushes the end goal out probably another year.
Yeah,
Um,
it's doable. Again, you're pulling what you don't achieve through your reserve, you're aware.
To me, it just, that's a big jump. So, and I pulled up the thing and I was looking at it while looking at something else. Trying to figure out what the count difference is usually between 6 and 5. Like what is the real difference there? Like how do people are really affected by doing that jump down? I know that was in the sheets, I just didn't get time to really look at it. It was in,
Or how much more the bill? What
How many
difference it makes
people
on
are
the bill?
affected?
yeah, how many people are affected?
Yeah.
So,
What's the monetary difference per like household?
I haven't did that calculation.
We would
Come
have
on,
to
Paul,
we
I'm
would
sure
have-
you do it right now in your head.
well, I'll try to find a spreadsheet.
So what you're recommending, instead of going down to
5,000.
8 to 5, say, go to 6
Good, because last year we went from 10
to
to
8.
8,
Yeah.
so.
I do know, for what I know, being around town hall, these guys are obviously here a lot longer than I am every day. I don't believe we've had we haven't had anybody come in, and I think it's actually being well received because it's helping them more than it's hurting them. So,
I think in the end, the goal is achieving, you only pay with what you use.
What if we split the difference so that we
Oh, no.
still achieve the
No,
difference?
Yeah.
I'd rather do the
They
6.
works in thousands.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
The
fine.
system.
But if you want to do that, I mean, we can, I'll just have
we need
to
to find out what the monetary impact is.
figure that out.
Yeah.
Is everyone on board for that, or?
I'm willing
The answer?
to entertain it,
Yeah, me too. We're willing to look at the numbers.
but not, we don't want
ready to jump it.
right.
But I hear what you're saying, between 10 and 8 is not as big of an impact as from 8 to 5. That's going to be a much bigger impact.
And then the next jump is how much?
That's it.
No.
Well-
We're going further.
Right.
We're gonna
Well,
get
I
to
thought-
a 0.
Right,
No, no.
right now,
Yeah.
yes.
But I mean, the next year would be, is 2 down again, or 3?
Well, it'll depend on your pleasure,
Right.
but if you're gonna reduce it to 2 this time, you should probably do the 3 next time, because that's what Mickey is kind of alluding to. So, but why don't we just say this, I'll run the numbers, let you make an educated decision, and then whatever that is consensus-wise, once you get the email from me,
Yeah.
then we'll reflect that in the public hearing
Oh, okay.
information, which is next week,
Yeah.
okay?
And then this is longer term. Once we get down to the pay-per-use, are we gonna look at our costs, like our straight costs, of what it does cost for water and sewer, and readjust the rates then? Because right now, it looks like we're keeping the water rate and the sewer rate the whole 5 years. So everybody's bill is consistently going up.
It will.
So, and I know it needs to go up to get our cost back where it needs to be. I just know if at the end of that, we'll reassess what it costs
We always
You
have.
mean fixed costs?
Yeah, fixed costs.
Fixed costs
Oh, you mean cost the town?
Yeah,
for water.
for water.
Right.
Like reassess our fixed costs and see if they still.
For water and sewer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, definitely, you reevaluate that almost every year because of the plant.
okay.
For sewer.
For sewer, what's going on there? So, yeah.
We met with Calvert County today. We had a great meeting today discussing the sewer situation. And I think you're gonna see a lot more information coming out over the next couple of months pertaining to that. When it comes to the water, you know, the fixed costs, like Joe said, I think we definitely need to evaluate, which we do now every year on the fixed costs, which is in this budget also. So we just gotta continue to look at that.
And cost savings.
And
Yeah,
cost savings.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, absolutely.
I just know, like, I know the water's gonna go up to the point where we should be.
Maybe make additional adjustments.
And those incrementals after you get above the minimums, those are gonna, there's a changing too. So that we get to that, whatever that rate is finally gonna be.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just know when I was looking through that, I was looking past this year at the next steps and how that affects.
Projecting out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because I was trying to, when I saw that, I was trying to figure out how many people was what the real cost benefit would be if we made it 6.5.
Okay.
I think there were only like 200 people, I think, that were affected.
Well-
If I read the spreadsheet right.
Well, we only have 1,000 people, less than 1,000 people, so that's a good percentage to 100.
And I also think with the implementation, you know, installation of the new water meters too, we're gonna be, I mean, the
Yeah.
numbers are gonna be, you know, so
Yeah.
I think we're doing so many things to make it
At
better
once, Yeah.
that,
Accuracy.
absolutely, so,
Like I said, that's stabilized.
yep, absolutely.
And then that's just it, and right now, because so many stop meetings that you're gonna drop, and I go, yes, we are gonna drop the number again. So your bill is going to go up if you're above that. And it's just looking at it for,
Projecting out, and just as of everything out there, we talked about this before, as the meters age, they
yeah.
get slower and slower, so you might be actually, when you get your new meter and it's spot on, you might actually be using more than that.
Thinking like, I know I'm using more now because I'm starting to water my plants. So I'm going from like 7,000 that I use because I like long showers
You
to
need a rain barrel.
10,000.
You need a rain barrel.
Yeah.
It's raining right now, you have to water tomorrow.
Yeah,
Save some money
No, I
tomorrow.
don't, but I find it in green grass. I've been trying to find.
It's true, you do, I walk by it every day.
Careful, yeah.
And then this was something for Rick Conkey. Is it Android friendly? 'Cause I saw him mention the iPhone.
There-
It was both.
Yeah.
Okay, and it was just, I saw it specifically mentioned iPhone, but it seemed Android. I was like, just wanted that.
But then your code enforcement software.
I can ask the question, I don't know the answer unless you do.
I bet it is. I talked with him quite a while today about, which is
Comcast,
pretty
right?
exciting,
Yeah.
what he was talking about, the things people will be able to do, but
Again, I'm
That's
behind
not-
it. I just want to make sure it's.
It's a great
on both
question.
platforms. Yeah, we check it out. And then the pier camera that we're redirecting from the Osprey.
Yep.
Did we lose coverage on the pier?
No.
Okay.
No, we have multiple cameras out.
I know, I remember, I just didn't know which one we grabbed and if we lost the view, or if we needed to change the camera to get a wide angle.
No, we've learned a lot lately with the IT part of it.
not the burger.
Not yet, it's not zoomed in enough for that.
And then this
My
is,
house, you can't do that.
yeah, this is future. I saw Donnie, I think Donnie mentioned railings going out on the pier.
The metal,
Yeah, like different parts. of
the L brackets.
Yeah, the L brackets.
Yep.
And I know the beach patrol are consistently replacing pickets for different reasons. And this is not this year, but maybe looking forward, they have commercial grade steel wire. So what's out on the pier end, they have a more industrial grade meant for that type of exposure. Up in Lewes at the ferry landing, they have it. And it looks really nice. The view is great, so you can see right through it. So I know that would be an expense to do everything all at once. But we could probably stage it. Yeah, and then just plan out.
I mean, the whole pier. right?
I'm thinking the whole boardwalk down.
you saying the, Lewis Delaware
Yeah,
Fair?
yeah, with the
That's
ferry.
the source,
Yeah, that's where
the
I've
house
seen
and
it.
everything.
Yeah.
That was under Donnie's report, never mind, all right.
Yeah, that was under Donnie's about the El Bracket theme replacing it, just triggered at some point. It'd be cool if we could switch to that.
Right.
And I know it's a cost.
I understand.
But I feel like the maintenance may be lower in the long run on it. Also, in the storms, that's less debris floating around that gets busted off. And the drive down, as you drive past it, you'll be able to see a ton more. It's really this
Yeah.
clear view.
Got it. No, that's good, good point. Definitely something out of the road. What else you got there?
That was my half sheet of notes I made as I was reading through everything.
Well, I mean, again, we don't need to go in order, we can, but, I mean, whatever you have, throw it out there. I mean, you
I've
know.
got a few things.
Yep.
And Joanne, I want to thank you
You're welcome.
for all the detail and the conversation we had earlier today, but one of the things that we talked about, I don't know if you had a chance to mention it to the mayor, but I noticed in the budget that the funds that were in there for the celebration of the arts
Mhm.
were taken out,
Yep.
and I really want to lobby to get that put back in for a couple of reasons. You know, and this ties in actually with another element, which is about our brand and the direction of our town. You know, and this came up at the summit last week about just, you know, the draw, you know, for people in North Beach. And it is part of a bigger conversation I hope that we can have, but with having Lisa Garrett on with the ecotourism, the talk about, you know, we are a place for the arts, we have Sunrise Garden, the library, you could consider that, literary arts, Abigail's. When we think about our destination and our brand, you know, we're kind of moving even more so in this direction of arts and ecotourism. And you know, to cut that out, and I know maybe we weren't charging for entries, or I don't know if we want to add something like that, but I just think it stands for the direction that I would like to see us go. We have a film festival, so building on all of those arts things, I just think it's a great event. It's a couple $1,000s. It's a good way to, you know.
I'm the one, let me tell you what my thought was, because I'm the one that took it out. The 5,000.
It's not from 5, it was like 3. It was 3.
Right, is
Yeah, it was
that,
like,
you know,
drop in the bucket, I don't know what we got.
well, right, but we had to cut a lot of areas to get this budget to work. So it wasn't just there.
Oh, I don't
So there's
understand.
many things, every nickel counts, it builds up, is that, you know, we do a lot, we have the garden, we support the arts and so forth. It just, I didn't understand why we would pay somebody for us to allow them to put their art into our garden. So I looked at it that we will still allow them to promote, we will still support them as artists, but when it came down to that dollar amount, I was like, I just don't, you know, I was a part of it last year. I didn't see the artist was, I mean, it took a lot to get the artists involved. Because they're artists. They're just, you know, I've talked to them, they're, you know, so I just thought it'd be better that we addressed them. I went over there with Dawn, Stacy's gone over there to 7th Street and to all the artists that have participated in our town. Saying, what else can happen in this town for you to help you? So I just didn't see the value in it.
To the business, but I mean,
To them.
it can be people beyond just, it was a competition basically, where the funds went to,
It was their award.
it was the award for entries, and then it was the award, and then showcasing their piece.
We can still do, you know, have the contest and allowing them to be here. I think they're gonna get a lot of press out of that. I just didn't see the value in the 3,500 to them, because what we're gonna give them more is exposure to help them, because that little bit of a prize we could put towards the marketing of that area. They're gonna benefit a lot more from that than that little prize that we gave them.
How much was it to each person? How did that break down, that money, do you remember?
First sculpture, the first place was 1,000, second 750, third 500, fourth 250, fifth 100. Art festival, first place was 500, second 250, and third was 100. Can I just?
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So we had talked about this and that we'd like to still have the sculptures there and all. So I've actually been trying to get in touch with Carmelo across the street. I was over there today. guess because they're co-op over there, there's not always somewhere that, like a Carmelo, that can talk about things. The lady over there today has jewelry in there, so she really couldn't give me any information, but I do now have his phone number. And maybe Dave would, Artworks at Seventh would be interested in doing, like, promoting a sculpture competition and kind of spearheading that, just to keep new art in there and to get them involved some in the process. It's just an idea that it's got stuck, I don't know where it will go.
So we just didn't feel the need that we need to pay them for the sculptures in our garden. That's not one.
Right.
Yeah. Do we still then have, I mean, I guess the concept of it, I don't care so much about the details, but the concept of supporting artists and supporting art and shining a light on that and having new
We do,
things.
a lot.
But yeah, I mean, if we can do it in a different way, I mean, it's not a huge amount, I mean, honestly, sorry, I'm just gonna say this, it's like, I would rather that money go towards new artists and supporting the artists and giving more money for Abigail decorations.
But
I'm
we-
sorry.
but we
like,
do.
That's honestly how I feel,
But
it's like,
we do support them, we support them a lot. I mean,
what else are we doing? I mean,
well, I'm just saying, the
I mean,
marketing
we're
for
lucky to
them.
have that art in that park, it's amazing art.
Yeah, but we promote it for them. We promote it through social media posts,
Yeah, but we get a lot of
advertising.
benefit, people get a lot of benefit from walking through that park and seeing that, you know, and just to say, okay, I don't know, I mean, it's not a lot of money, I don't think, for the beautiful works. That's my feeling, it's like,
Yeah.
you know,
Would they come if we didn't give them money, monetary prizes?
well,
I think so. I know Larry Ringgold would, I know Jack Morville, they would all put their art in there.
I mean, should we
I
lower
think
it a little bit? I don't know, just for some
In the
kind of
budget.
thing?
I think they would do it without the prize amounts, but at the same time, you know, sometimes we haven't even gotten, like, we just got 5
We just got
people.
5.
Right.
It's hard
It's
to,
hard.
they're not really submitting. And we reach out to, I mean, I've done it since probably almost a year ago, but, I mean, a huge distribution in the county, in the state, even art schools and all. I send the call for entries all over, and we seem to get the same few people each time.
Larry Ringgold took the first year, took cards around to different art shows where he was taking his sculptures and passed them out our call for entry day, and we still,
Is it free entry?
yes.
Entries for,
So you're saying the return on investment for what we're putting out to attract them is just not
It's
good?
not there, no.
It's not there.
It's a free entry.
Listen, I agree, it's $5,000. We're not talking, but at the end of the day, when I was,
for
when I was,
32 or whatever. It's not even, I don't know.
all right, I know that, it doesn't
What's
matter.
Joanne?
It's on page-
Three something, it's
on-
three something.
On page 2,
3,400.
Sunray Celebration of the Arts says $5,000. I apologize what I'm looking at, but it says 5,000 online. So even if it's 32 or 5,
It's 34.
all right, I don't know.
I
Or
guess-
you know what, never mind, I'm looking at the revenue part, that's the donation.
Well, let me just say this, can we, I mean, I would just like to see a placeholder, maybe we do something different with this whole supporting the arts, maybe we flip it up a little bit or whatever, or maybe we can, you know, hold the money from somewhere else later, I just think as a council, as a town, in terms of the direction that we're going, I think supporting the arts and growing that aspect of our town is really important.
We have,
So-
I mean, we have not stopped, we have met with, I mean, because to me, it's none of us in this room, it's the professionals across the street. I personally met with them twice, I met with them with Dawn, I mean, they know we care, they know the town's trying to promote them, to build us up, the arts and so forth. It's
I'm
not,
not talking about them as a business, I'm talking
no,
about.
artists, I'm talking about artists.
Right, but I
There's
think
22 of them there.
okay, but even beyond that, I feel
Right.
like we can be promoting for tourism and the arts and all of that, it's beyond just that business. So, I mean, I just feel
Yeah,
like.
that's fine, we can definitely, I mean, we can definitely look at it, absolutely.
Jane, how do you feel about it?
I'd like to see the art continue,
Yeah.
but I'm not wedded to the monetary part.
I'm not wedded to this particular piece, like what we're doing, maybe it's a different kind of competition or a different, I don't know what it is. But I like the idea of having something in there, if we come up with something creative to promote the arts.
But they
And
just said,
$3,400 as a placeholder doesn't seem like.
they just said that they know some artists who would definitely bring pieces in. I have a friend who would bring pieces, but she's got some health issues, she's got this, she's got that, so it's hot and steamy, she can't come out, and, you know.
I guess I'm thinking beyond just having people have pieces there, which is awesome, but more a raising the awareness, elevating North Beach as a place for the arts. You know what I mean? So it's different than just saying, oh, we're trying to just get some people here. It's elevating, maybe it's a marketing piece, or maybe there's some other
So perhaps you could put
competition
together,
we want to do.
perhaps you could put together a proposal, a solid proposal that we could review, that would, we put some teeth into these ideas that sound really okay. But, I'm, you know, right now, the way I feel about it is I'm gonna stand with what everyone else is saying. I don't see the need to contribute another penny to something where we don't really have a good yield, and we've had experience over the years that it's not working. I also, you know, we could throw ideas on the ceiling all day long to see what sticks, but that's not necessarily good solid business planning. So maybe if you had a proposal of some sort that could outline more clearly this idea that you have, you know, I don't know.
Well, it's not just my idea, it's about what we stand for as a town. So it's not just me putting together a proposal, bigger than that. But I, you know, for the record, that's where I stand. I think we should have something in there for the arts.
Well, we can also do it in the marketing piece too. I think it's, so we do it now, but we can fluff it up more. I mean, but we do it now a lot. So, you know, I have no problem with
Maybe it's
that.
an event though, I don't know, maybe, I'm
Maybe it's a
thinking,
separate
Well,
event.
yeah, I
But
was
real
thinking
quick,
it's,
though.
yeah, I don't know.
We,
Yeah.
let me just tell you all right now about
The reason
events.
we tied it in with the Drink Maryland event
And it-
is because that draws so many people.
It
We thought they would,
didn't work.
you know, art and wine kind of together.
And the reason why I said 7th Street, so everybody understands, sitting here, it's their world that they're in. We thought that they could grab this and help us as a town run with this to attract artists here, to help us get that, that upper hand, because everything we've done to this point, you know, events, I now as mayor I've learned, events, I mean, it's easy to say that word event,
Oh, I know.
but to pay for it is a whole different world.
And the effort.
And the effort and town staff and labor. So I agree, I have no problem doing what we gotta do. I just think the money could be used at a better area, even if it's towards marketing, whatever, than paying them to put the art there. I just think we can get artists here and show everything we wanna show, just moving the money around a little bit. That's all.
Then there's also the expense of you're talking about money, the sculpture markers that we replace every time a piece. A new piece comes in, the town pays for a little, the signage that says the name of the art, who the artist is, if it's for sale, the price, and contact information. So that's another, I don't know if that's included in the.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I'm just related to that, I'll add, and then two things, and then I'll let somebody else share, but, and Joanne, we talked about this too, so, again, in this concept of brand identity, I know what happened to the video that used to be on the website? Is that, I couldn't find it on there today, is it?
It's on
Take it.
in the rotator on the homepage.
Okay.
I can.
Seemed like something else was coming up, but just a thought, we don't have to dig deep into this. I know there's some funds, it was under the, I guess, EDC, there was some money under there about maybe doing some stuff with Comcast and commercial. I would just say, not necessarily switching, you know, raising or decreasing that monetary amount, but maybe just looking at those funds and deciding, do we want to do something a little bit different than that? Do we want to kind of look at our brand a little bit more? Some of these things with ecotourism, we have that new position, maybe even updating that video. So just want to kind of throw that out there in terms of.
Yeah, in the budget that Dawn submitted, we do have money in there for Comcast, but I can honestly say we left it in there, and her and I have had this discussion 20 times. You know, we have Comcast in there, but we are looking for other avenues, so it could be a video. We do have a tight budget, but it could be a video, it could be, and then using that to promote more on social media than Comcast.
Exactly.
But we just left it in there as Comcast, yeah, there it is there.
It's on there.
Right, okay.
For Comcast, just because right now, you know, we have some other ideas that we're working on, but absolutely a video, and you're the expert on that, obviously. So that's no problem at all. I agree, you know, we are. My gut is that we're not going back to Comcast, but I want to leave it, well, I don't even.
Not the
but
best bang for your buck, I mean.
I don't even have TV, so,
Yeah,
I mean.
yeah.
But,
I
But the point is that we are going to re-examine that. Donna and I talk every week about marketing and ideas. So it says Comcast, but we can definitely.
And I just wanted to point that out, just because there's some things that, came up at the summit. There's things, as a council, we're changing, it's all good stuff, but I think that, just looking at that and saying, we need to update, what is our brand strategy, maybe spending a little bit of money even on that.
We do have a good resource, Angel Beal, I don't know if you guys have had a chance to see the videos she did
Of the
on
farmers.
Facebook and social media, like the farmer's market.
I think it's blown up viral.
Yeah.
Viral. It's
She the one that does the pictures too?
Photographer, and she has a drone and all that.
Yes,
So,
that's-
she will be a great resource for that kind of thing. So, like the mayor said, we talk all the time about videos and different ways to market. So I'm guessing that she'll be a good resource for that.
Yeah, and the visuals, and even the language, the common language that we're all using about, what is North Beach? Why are people coming? There's certain things I say, there may be certain things you say, but, it would be awesome to sort of get all on the same page about what is
Yeah.
our brand message. And,
And then within that too, I think you and I have talked about, and the mayor and I talked, testimonials, like learning from real people.
exactly.
So, yeah, all those ideas are written in my book.
Right, I know, Dawn, you and I have had
Yeah.
these conversations, and it may be.
So we're getting there.
Yeah, some can be done internally, we may need to bring in someone, maybe just to facilitate a dialogue amongst us, but, so I just want to put that out there, that I'd like to see us spend a little bit of resource on that.
Invest.
Yeah, exactly. It's an investment.
What else you have?
Yeah. The last thing was just, I noticed that, I'm okay with it, I guess, but I see we're a little bit in a deficit with the Shirt Shack.
Yeah.
With-
So, you and I talked about it offline,
Yeah.
so let me tell you what we did. So, we sat down with all of us and Richard, and we revamped the hours. We went through and reduced a lot, changed the times, looked at the products, looked at the pricing. Last year was our first year. This will be our second year that we can actually look at the numbers, to really figure out what that means. I can tell you that I have personally seen shirts outside of our area that people have bought at the Shirt Shack. Businesses know that they can provide the same products. But this will be our first real year of understanding what that Shirt Shack is. And from there, next budget, when we sit down and have this conversation again, we can have an intelligent conversation about what does it mean, where do we see it going, do we not want it, but we can at least have the numbers.
Right. Someone else operated, do we keep doing it, whatever.
Yeah, but we'll have 2 years of numbers.
It's about 5,000. It looks like, well, that's a base, and who knows, maybe we'll sell, that was based on selling $10,000 worth of product, right?
Last year.
From last
Yeah,
year, so
yeah.
if we sell
Yeah.
15, then it's a
Yeah.
break even.
But your expenses may not be as much because we're weather-based too, so payroll might not,
Right,
you might not have a day where you can sell.
right.
Right.
We'll see. I just wanted to note that.
When we look at those, I look at,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
All right, I'm good.
Have we gotten any feedback from other businesses on that?
There's-
It didn't come up at the business summit, I can say that.
It did or
It
did
did
not?
not.
And here's what I will tell you, what I think their understanding is that when somebody's out in the public someplace else and they see that cool shirt or something, it's attracting people here that's probably shopping at those stores. So they might not make that $10 or $15. What they're doing is we're getting people here. Think about this, you have over 100,000 people that come to our town every year, over 100,000. Nobody can say we don't have a lot of people. Nobody says we don't have enough people. All I'm saying is that we get a boatload of people here. I think it's a combination of everything. 30,000 on our website, our social media, and 100,000 people walk in our streets every year. That's huge for a town that's 0.34 square miles.
Yeah,
So I see the benefit of it.
I know.
From what I saw last year, we
I'm not
had
gonna
the
say
Shirt Shack
anything.
quite a bit, we had the Shirt Shack quite a bit last year. They would come up and ask for, do you have any tank tops? No, we don't, but you know what, right down the street, we
Exactly.
do, and then around the corner at the wheel, you might find it. So we're always, and I think, I don't know if you guys remember, but when this idea came about, we were gonna have a limited, like, we don't wanna have 100 different items in there. We have
Right.
shirts, short sleeve, long sleeve, sweatshirts, long, just 11 or 12 items, and that's it. So, but we're constantly telling people, oh, go down the street here to find that, or, so it's kind of neat.
Is that, are people, like, the new people trained that way? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
that's a really great point. I mean, is that like a proactive thing to train the staff that are
Yes.
there to
They-
say where to send them and
So we haven't
to do that?
opened, we're supposed to open tomorrow night, but, last year they were trained. And Richard knows that, Richard and I work together with who works in there, and there's certain people that just don't need to be in the church act, or they don't want to be in there, and I honestly don't want them in there, and he knows that, because you don't want someone in there that doesn't want to sit in the church act, because they're going to
Right,
be bored.
it's
and
customer
not-
service.
So we know, we choose the people, first they have to want to be in there, but the people that are going to engage the people that are walking by.
Right.
You know, like, oh, your dog's so cute. That's how you strike up the conversation. So, you know, I kind of review those things with them, how you can strike up a conversation, or if they're kind of looking at the wall of the shirt, oh, that might be nice, and, you know, say, hey, I can pull it down for you. Do you want to see a certain color? You
So
know,
you're actually the one doing that, training?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we go over all those things and how to, you know, how to try to make a sale but not be pushy, how to be helpful. They answer a lot of questions that people at the Welcome Center do answer too. But they're also directing where to go, where's a good place to get,
Awesome.
you know, certain type of food, and, so it's, you know.
Plus, we have all the brochures right there beside them. Here's what I will tell you. I can joke about it, but I went to orientation this year, both days, Saturday and Sunday, with Richard, Bud, and Dawn. And if you want to see something very impressive, come to their orientation. It is so detailed. I mean, they role play. I mean, it is absolutely, the amount of effort that goes into our waterfront staff is off the charts.
That's great.
And the amount of training they have at the shirt shack, it's not like, hey, go in there, no.
Yeah.
It's, you do this,
That's
this,
why
this,
I
this.
didn't know that you actually did that you did those pieces about soft selling. That's awesome.
And
It's
it's
impressive.
not just that, it's like, I've been rolling t-shirts and pricing them all week, like, and they know, oh crap, we need to get the shirts folded right, or she's gonna come in here and.
Good.
You know,
Well,
so,
that appears to
because you can only see in the front of it, so that's your only impression you get, is what's on the walls, and, so, yeah, they kind of joke with me about, oh.
No, that's
she's
awesome,
gonna make us
Dawn.
fold shirts.
And those passport, now that's on my brain right now, the passport brochures are there too?
Yeah,
Or just-
Everything's
okay,
there.
Awesome.
yeah, we
Okay.
have those there too.
Excellent.
All right. All right, Jane, Paul, Elizabeth, anybody?
Well, I brought up with you and Joanne and a way to maybe give the staff a raise.
Cola.
A COLA.
Cola, not
Yeah.
raise, yeah.
I know, Paul approached me too.
Right.
I provided the mayor with what those numbers would be and what the effect would be.
So, I can honestly say that I don't know if I ever went over a budget, even my own personal budget at home, as detailed as Joe and I have gone through this budget. And you know, it's, when the conversation about the COLA came up, you know, we're looking at every number, we're looking at everything, trying to figure out how to make it work. So Joe has ran the numbers for 0.5%, she's ran the number for 1%, and the impact it would have on our budget. So when you look at the numbers, so, and again, step in, Joe, if I'm saying this wrong,
Go ahead.
the increase of a 1% COLA, or an addition of a 1% COLA, is $30,706.82 to our budget. A 0.5% to our budget, and again, let me know, because it's about gross, it's not net. So it factors in Social Security, workman's comp, retirement, everything, is $26,306.01. So,
Wait, half is 26 and one is 30?
Yeah, it's a little askew. I
Yeah.
think it has something to do with the seasonal. Maybe I'm just a little off, but not by much. I
so
was rushed.
here's what I need to pass on to everybody at the dais. It's not that I don't want to do a COLA. I want to support our staff. After being here for the time frame I've been here, 163 days, I know what they do Monday through Friday and Saturday and Sunday. I see Public Works at the plants on weekends. I see staff on the waterfront. Tomorrow night, you'll see the staff. we just need to figure out, I need to figure out if it's the pleasure of the board, if how we can make this happen. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough.
What was the last COLA
The,
increase?
the last COLA raise, well, in 2015, we got a 2%. 2016, it was 0. 2017, it was 0. 2018, it was 2%. 2019, it was 0.
2018 was the last time, 2%.
Yeah.
Is there any way, reason it fluctuates like that from 0 to 0 to 2? Is there any reason that it can't be? like a flat
It's
rate?
not real logical.
Okay.
Right.
It's mainly, and to be honest with you, there's so many changes within this year's budget because of the new administration and the goals and objectives. And it's no one's fault, it's just we're trying to achieve all these things in a relatively short period of time. That the emphasis is not on that.
And it's not a standard number every year. It's different every year. So even, we couldn't say it's going to be 2% because it could be 1.5%. It all depends on the situation. We as the elected, we need to determine what does that mean? Because the budget is no different anywhere else. Whatever we decide, we're going to have to cut someplace else.
Then the question was brought up about the rates in the sewer and water. And as you may not be aware because you're new, the wages for public works and for admin, there's a flat percentage. It's 40% general, 30% sewer, 30% water. So whatever we do, it's going to affect those funds. And we have the scenario where we already know that we're pulling from the reserve to make up the difference so we don't impact the resident too hard. So all these are factors. And I can do whatever you want, it's just can you live with it when it's done?
It was a great question. We went through it. We will have to find the money from somewhere if we decide to go through with this. And we're going to continue to look and see what we can do, but I can tell you, I don't have, what I looked at when I met with each budget request from every department. I went through each request and say, is this something that we need? And just like with what Lynn said today, she met with Rick and was excited, and we're moving ahead and stuff.
Still money,
It's a
yeah.
lot of money to do that, but it's needed. I don't think there's anything we're doing there that's not needed. And I did that from each department. We've cut a lot of different areas to get to where we are today. But I don't think we're cutting anywhere that the residents who we work for, it's going to hurt them. So it's a tough call. It's a tough call. We don't take this lightly. This is Joe's fun point of the year when she does the budget, but at the end of the day, and she goes through this with a fine-tooth comb, trust me.
Well, it's not a pleasant subject, and I've said this to Lynn before, as
Yes.
we're doing the evaluation. There needs to be some salary caps on certain areas. And unfortunately, I'm probably the one that's going to be affected, but it's the truth. You can't sustain continual increase after increase.
Right.
You just can't do it.
So with salary caps, does it at some point have like a stair step? Because there is cost of living, that's never gonna stop going up.
There is no stair step.
Okay, just curious.
But I'm just saying, the mayor is willing to still look at it, but I will look at it again to see where we can do it and make a recommendation to you before the next meeting.
If y'all don't mind, and Norma Jean, for 1 second, let us look at it again, if that's the pleasure of the board. Joe and I could look.
Even, this might sound measly, but even 0.5%?
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah, even something,
Okay. let us look at it so we can get it back to you, because next week's the public hearing, so let us look at it over the next couple of days.
Well, I know that, Rick, there's already an increase, I think, right? in
Yeah,
some,
well-
So is that,
Rick's is for a different reason.
no, I know, but I mean, when you, the amounts that you came up, would that be a
Include
COLA on
citizen.
top of that too, or was that,
Yeah.
No, I did not include COLA on top of
okay,
that particular one.
On Rick.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I don't like to use names, but because
Oh,
of the sickness.
sorry. Absolutely, I'm sorry. Yes, Norma Jean?
As you're talking, I'm thinking, hey, we have a great staff here.
Yes.
We've had a great staff for a number of years. Well, what happens if, let's say, their salary is not commensurate with, okay, outside? And let's say stays, any one of them gets an offer that they kind of can't refuse from someplace. Like, are we competitive? Should we be competitive?
Or if we have to.
That's what I'm thinking.
Or if we have, you know, somebody leaves, whatever.
All that's factors that are fluid.
Yeah, we factor that in. We participate, and we have participated, and we had this conversation at the MML board this week. I brought it up. I have directed Stacy's look. We've participated in salary surveys for the state of Maryland. We're gathering all that information together. Also, part of what I do as mayor is I network with every mayor I can network with, and I have I'm asking, hey, and you gotta be careful, because, somebody at Annapolis salary might be a little higher, but that's because it's a different location. So we are looking at that currently. I have not completed it yet,
I
because
mean, there's locality pay for each area and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, travel time to work, and, there's a lot of things that we're looking at. So we are looking, I promise y'all, we're looking at all that. Yes,
So that was what I wanted to bring up, because I didn't hear that here.
yes, we are examining it, and it will be addressed, it just won't be for this budget. The only thing will be with this budget is this conversation about COLA. But let Joe and I work on it, and then we will get everybody a response. Is that all right?
What is the percentage like at the state? What's
The-
the going quote-unquote COLA rate right now?
The,
MML.
federal is doing 1.9, I believe, is that what you gave me? And then 2% for the state of Maryland.
What was 1.9?
Federal,
Okay. MML did 1.5.
and MML did 1.5.
So, and that's why I asked about surveys
Right.
and all that good stuff. I have, starting soon, but we will continue to explore that, because I do. Over the last 6 months, I got to see these guys working 5 days a week, 6 days a week, and being in trenches with them. I know we have the best staff out there. So we want to take care of people. We want to make sure our numbers are right. And I'll be honest, I feel very good for the most part. I really do. But we never
About
rest.
what?
About the salary dollar amounts and stuff like that. I think the one that was adjusted this year is because of a new responsibility.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why that one was.
I said that department, I meant the department, not the person.
Correct, I'm sorry, yes. all
Yeah,
right.
it had to be.
So can I just end with, it's all right if y'all give me, I'll get with Joe this week, and then y'all
At
receive
least
an email.
consider it, at least look at it.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Well, we have, and we will
We
dig
did
a little
not-
deeper.
Not want to make any changes to what you saw
Right.
without going through this, because then you're looking at different documents.
Yep. So we didn't change anything from
If
last
you, are
time.
you going to, when you go back, like, do the note thing, like how you do if you come back with a different?
That was wonderful.
Yeah, that was really, it's really helpful,
So
just so we
helpful.
can see exactly.
Absolutely.
Love that.
All right, what else? Paul, I think that was your question too.
That wasn't my question, I have one other question. So, we also do deep with those ongoing activities related to, but for parking, it looks like we're basically flat on now.
What page is that on?
Page 4.
All right,
So my question is, with the activities that are going on, depending on how that plays out, do we have contingency how we're going to cover that? You see where I'm going with this?
absolutely, absolutely. We-
Without saying,
So,
without saying,
so as of right now, I am meeting with the owner next week, late next week. It was supposed to be earlier, but I can't, I'm out of town. To continue that conversation. And we don't know where that's going to go. I have a gut where it's going to go, because I don't think it's about parking, but that's not I'm not willing to discuss that right now. So,
I guess my concern is where are we gonna pull that from?
Well, that's
You know what I mean?
impactful.
What'd you say?
It's impactful.
right,
Yeah.
we just don't know at the end of the day what that owner is gonna, how far he's, how they're, yep. You know what, guys, I mean, when we get done with that situation, we're gonna have that conversation.
And that is a short period of time when you have the conversation. And I wouldn't want to put you in that situation where you feel like you've got to react before we get
I
to it.
understand,
There are budget adjustments that occur,
yes,
so don't feel rushed to make rash decisions.
no, not in that situation, no.
It's rushed to judgment.
No.
That's all I have.
No, thank you, that's a great one, it has not gone unnoticed, but I don't know where
I just wanna make
we're
sure
at.
I guess it's back in everybody's head.
It is, it's there,
Yeah.
it's there. Any other questions? Any other questions? Just looking, to see if there's anything on my part. So, you know, this is our first budget as a new council. I think staff has done an amazing job, actually breaking it down for all of us. The notes section was unbelievable. That helped out a lot, even for me. I was part of the notes. But if you have any questions as the week goes by, reach out to
She
Joe.
likes when you call.
I did-
Oh,
She gets excited.
It was chores. I'm looking at it as little exams.
We both feel, based off of all of us, that we have a lot of great things coming up soon, that we can't wait to see how it all folds out.
Yeah.
So we'll just keep fighting for the residents of North Beach and do what we can. But if we don't have any other questions, do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second, any discussion? All in favor?
All right.
So moved. Thank you.
And plan